famous people across our history have tried a form of NoFap and semen retention in its different forms for different reasons. In this video, I will present you 15 of them. 1. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud believed that masturbation caused anxiety. He also believed that sexual activity doesn't mix with achieving great work. So, at the age of 40, he told his wife that he wanted to take a path of celibacy so that he can achieve great things in the field of psychology. Until he died at the age of 83, he remained celibate. 2. Nikola Tesla. Tesla remained a virgin till he died. In a 1935 interview, he was asked why he doesn't engage in sexual activity, and his response was this: "I recognize the importance that sex plays in the life of man. Nature has made its attraction irresistible to ensure the perpetuity of the race. As for myself, I have found that the thinker is confronted with the problem of perpetuating either the species or mind. Before I produced the rotating magnetic field, I concentrated all my powers upon my experiment. The strain would have killed 100 oxen. I certainly could not have survived it if I had permitted my energies to be diverted into the channels of sex." 3. Mahatma Gandhi. In 1906, Gandhi took an oath of brahmacharya, and for 36 years, he practiced brahmacharya in the hope to reach enlightenment and the realization of God, as he believed that such a realization is impossible without practicing self-restraint. Brahmacharya means the total control of sexual instincts and the sexual organs to prevent seminal discharge. The mainstream semen retention we all know today is the abridged version of brahmacharya. In his book Key to Health, this is what Mahatma Gandhi had to say about the abridged version of brahmacharya. Semen retention. The sexual glands are all the time secreting the semen. This secretion should be utilized for enhancing one's mental, physical, and spiritual energy. He who would learn to utilize it thus will find that he requires very little food to keep his body in a fit condition, and yet he will be as capable as any of undertaking physical labor. Mental exertion will not tire him easily, nor will he show the ordinary signs of old age. Just as a ripe fruit or an old leaf falls off naturally, so will such a brahmachari when his time comes to pass away with all his faculties intact. Although with the passage of time the effects of the natural wear and tear must be manifest in his body, his intellects, instead of showing signs of decay, should show progressive clarity. If all this is correct, the real key to health lies in the conservancy of vital energy. 4. Steve Jobs. I like to assume that you've heard about Steve Jobs and all his achievements with Apple and Pixar. Anybody that had any interaction with Steve Jobs or used any of his products would appreciate that he's a highly creative individual. To trace why he's so creative and so energetic, it's known that Jobs is an adept practitioner of Zen meditation. He even traveled all around India to meet with different teachers. At a point, it's suspected that he was introduced to the practice of brahmacharya. This suspicion was confirmed in the book The Bite in the Apple, a memoir written by Chris Ann Brennan, who was Steve Jobs' girlfriend at a point. Here's what she said about Steve Jobs and semen retention. Our birth control method up to that point was Steve's coitus interruptus, semen retention, also called the pull-out method, which for him was about his conserving his energy for work. Not reaching climax is a practice from the Eastern traditions of India and Japan that is passed between teacher and male student for the purpose of building focus and power, presumably for spiritual growth. But it is also a practice taught in the 1937 motivational book inspired by Andrew Carnegie, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which speaks to building power and wealth by conserving one's vital energies. I knew that coitus interruptus was a bogus form of birth control, but until then I'd suspended my better judgment and watched my cycles. 5. Muhammad Ali. Ali is arguably the greatest fighter that the world has ever seen, and it's common knowledge that Muhammad Ali goes for up to 2 months without ejaculation when preparing for a fight. He believed that retaining his sexual energy can give him the energy and the aggression needed to win titles. In his autobiography, The Greatest, My Own Story, he talked about what the Olympic boxing coach Harry Wiley said. "There's a kid just come down here named Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. If you bet on him every time he fights, you'll be a rich man, cause he won't lose a single fight. I believe his thing is sexual control, and he's got it. Any kid who can control it can win the title. I believe it." 6. David Haye, another great boxer that used semen retention to harness energy, tension, and aggression, is David Haye. David Haye is one of 2 boxers in the world to win multiple championships in 2 different categories, cruiserweight and heavyweight. He was the first British boxer to win a medal in the World Amateur Boxing Championships. Alongside the Olympics is the most prestigious boxing tournament. When asked about where he gets the drive that made him the greatest boxer of his time, David attributed the success to his ability to practice semen retention. "I don't climax for 6 weeks before the fight. It releases too much tension. It releases a lot of minerals and nutrients that your body needs, and it releases them cheaply. Releasing weakens the knees and your legs. Find a lion that hasn't had some food for a while, and you've got a dangerous cat, so there won't be a drip from me. Even in my sleep, if there are girls all over me in my dream, I say to them, I've got a fight next week. I can't do anything. I can't do it. That's control. I've been doing that since I was 15, and it's part and parcel of my preparation now. That's why I am who I am today. It's down to all those little sacrifices. Find me another boxer who makes that sacrifice, and you'll find another champion." 7. Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a man with many world championships to his name. And not only that, he's a well-respected man, politician in his country, Philippines. Manny Pacquiao believes in harnessing the power of his sexual energy through semen retention, that he has a no-wife policy in the weeks leading up to his fight. His trainer, Freddie Roach, had this to say, "We've talked to doctors about it. Sex lowers your testosterone, so you're not as mean. Most boxers abstain for a week or more before a bout. I ask my guys for 10 days. Of course, Pacquiao beats the others even when it comes to abstinence. He stays chaste for 21 days before a bout, husbanding his energies for post-fight festivities." 8. Napoleon Hill. This man wrote the book on NoFap way before NoFap was a thing. He dedicated a whole chapter to sexual transmutation in his classic Think and Grow Rich. The amazing thing about this is that every word in the book was off of deep research he conducted on over 500 successful men and women of that time. So, we can safely assume that sexual transmutation is a practice of great men like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Rockefeller, Thomas Edison, and so on. In a subsequent book he wrote, Outwitting the Devil, he also talked about retaining your sexual energy to be successful in your field and with women. 9. 50 Cent. Don't be fooled by the hypersexualized music video that this man often puts out. In 2012, he openly came on Twitter one day and advised guys to stop masturbating, and he even gave simple steps to help you stop masturbation. Masturbation is a sin, you stop right now, fool. Oh, God is watching you. Steps to stop masturbating. Step 1. To avoid the urge to masturbate, stop going to porn sites. Step 2. Make a conscious decision not to turn your head after people walk by you. Step 3. Do not go to strip clubs. Step 4. Do not look at lust-filled magazines. 10. Kanye West. This is a celebrity that falls in the hybrid category of harnessing the power of his sexual energy and has also been addicted to porn and had to stop. Once he was asked where he gets his energy and his drive from, he replied, I have, like, nuclear power, like a superhero, like Cyclops when he puts his glasses on. People ask me a lot about my drive. I think it comes from, like, having a sexual addiction at a really young age. Look at the drive that people have to get sex, to dress like this and get a haircut, and be in the club in the freezing cold at 3 a.m., the places they go to pick up a girl. If you can focus the energy into something valuable, put that into work ethic. Recently, in an interview with Zane Lowe, he opened up about his addiction to porn and the effects it had on his life. Like for me, Playboy was my gateway into full-on pornography addiction. My dad had a Playboy left out at age 5, and it's affected almost every choice I made for the rest of my life, from age 5 till now, having to kick the habit. And it just presents itself in the open like it's okay, and I stand up and say, no, it's not okay. 11. Kevin Gates. During an interview, Kevin detailed his health and fitness journey, which includes nutrition, yoga, and meditation. Then he offered his tip for men to maintain a healthy body. Another thing I was telling you that's really healing to your body, and it's going to sound crazy, but it's semen retention, not releasing no semen, he said. Gates clarified that men should still have sex, but they shouldn't ejaculate. Your intention should be to please your partner, he explained, and don't release no semen. 12. Elon Musk. Musk explains why sex without procreation is silly. Massive amount of thinking, like truly stupendous amount of thinking, has gone into sex without purpose, without procreation, which is actually quite a silly action in the absence of procreation. It's a bit silly, Musk says. Why are you doing it? Because it makes the limbic system happy. That's why. It's pretty absurd, really. 13. NLE Choppa. NLE Choppa recently admitted he is a part of the Semen Retention Club. The Memphis rapper recently revealed he practices a combination of celibacy and semen retention. I went celibate for like a month. I realized how tired I was after having sex. You can have sex, but I feel like semen retention is the focus. Like, I tell people all the time, one nut is equivalent to like 8 miles. You can run 8 miles with one nut. It can make a whole life. So, you know how powerful it is. So you can't just keep giving it to everybody. 14. Orlando Bloom. In an interview, Bloom revealed he was on a 6-month celibacy streak, which ended when he met Perry in 2016. Bloom took the recommendation from his friend after the actor admitted he wasn't happy in early 2016. If you want to be serious about a relationship, go celibate for a few months and figure it out, Bloom recalled of his friend's suggestion. To his surprise, Bloom stayed abstinent for 6 months. I was going to do 3 months, but I was really enjoying the way I was relating to women and to the feminine within myself, Bloom said. 15. Jake Paul. In many interviews, Jake Paul says that he practices semen retention before matches and when he trains. He says it is not a placebo and he feels major differences in his performance when he has intimate relationships and does not practice SR. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it is helping you on your journey. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the video. Good luck with your journey.